We caught up with demographics researcher Harald Wilkoszewski in Brussels. He's been investigating the differences between the concerns younger and older voters have and what impact that has on election outcomes, including the Brexit vote. So why do young and old people vote differently?
Age is a broad category that tends to conceal other factors. The US election and the Brexit vote have given us some very interesting insights. Trump's supporters, for example, tended to be more concerned about immigration and cultural identity, and seem to be concerned that the former white majority will fall behind. So it wasn't economic questions per se. We heard a lot about the idea that Trump supporters tended to have economic concerns. That was a factor, but more importantly, it was about a question of culture.
Cultural identity was an issue when it came to Brexit too. There was a sharp divide between how young and old voted. Only a quarter of young people voted in favour of Britain leaving the EU. The older the voter, the more likely they were to want out. So older voters made a decision that shaped the younger generation's future. That anger brought many young people out onto the streets. So will we see this generational divide in other countries? How much sway do older voters hold?
We were interested in how a Brexit-style referendum might have played out in other countries. What would the demographic impact have been in Germany, the US, or Australia? We created an index and looked at 19 different countries and found that in each one of them, the younger generation would have been on the losing side. So in industrialized countries, populations are aging to such an extent that whenever there's a strong difference of opinion between young and old, older voters will tip the scale.
So young and old people certainly hold very different views. The generations seem to be drifting apart. But can that trend be reversed? How can we bring young and old together?
Young and old will always differ in certain ways. Over the course of our lives, we tend to undergo some changes in our attitudes and lifestyles. That's something our political leaders should pay attention to. But it's also important for young people to become more active politically. We know that turnout is significantly lower among younger voters. And we could also do more to make older people aware of issues. Political and civic education isn't just for young people.